Hey everybody, welcome back. It is me, Cyrus. This is the channel. Super Mega Graphics 64. We talk about video games of all kinds, mainly retro stuff. And lately I have been on a Dreamcast kick, and I wanted to do another video to sort of just quickly go through some of the games on the Dreamcast that support the mouse and the keyboard, or just the mouse. Just a few different games on the Dreamcast that I think are compelling to look at. Not going to spend a whole lot of time on each one. We'll just kind of take a look at them and get this series kind of wrapped up here. This isn't the last video I'll make about the Dreamcast, but we'll get this going here. Take a look at these keyboard and mouse games, and we'll see what comes up next. So anyway, here we go. Let's jump in. All right, the first game we're going to look at is going to be extremely difficult for me to play because I am not the best typist in the world, but this is a classic rendition of a great arcade shooter. But instead of using the light guns or even the controller, in this version of House of the Dead 2, you're using the keyboard. You're using the keyboard. Yeah. Yeah. Is it House of the Dead 2 or House of the Dead 1? I don't remember. But anyway, it's called Typing of the Dead. So it's really not House of the Dead at all. It's Typing of the Dead. So anyway. Yeah, I think it's House of the Dead 1 made into a keyboard type of game. Graphically, it's really, really good. I'm just really out of practice. Plus the way I'm having to do this is like looking off to the side, so bear with me. This may be fun, or it may be fun just to watch me fail. But we're going to play just a few minutes here of Typing of the Dead using the Dreamcast keyboard. You don't really use the mouse for this game, but you definitely do use the keyboard. So here we go. We'll jump into arcade mode. And so there's story mode and training mode. We'll just do training mode because this is not going to go well. I can tell you right now. But if I was to practice quite a bit, I guess I could probably do pretty good. I just literally have never played this before. This is actually the first sitting where I've played this. Okay. Ugh.
What's gonna happen to the city?
Of course, I would have to type thumb. Thankfully, I have this on a very easy mode. Otherwise, I would just be totally screwed right now.
Voice over there.
Woo! Woo, okay. So this is how the game goes. I'm gonna have to do a video down the road at some point when I can practice and play some more of this. But yeah, Typing of the Dead, pretty cool if you've never played it. I think this is available on other things as well, but here, yeah, this is what it's like on the Dreamcast. Let's check out something else. Okay, next up we're going to take a look at a game that uses the mouse, but not the keyboard. So it's just the mouse, but it doesn't work with the mouse right away. So you have to actually start the game with a controller in port 1 and then pause it and switch that with the mouse. And then you can use the mouse. Now, is it more fun to play this with the mouse than with the controller? I don't know. That's up to you. You can decide that for yourself. I think it's really fun to play this game either way. Rez is a classic, really cool, like rail shooter. It plays in a lot of ways similar to like the Panzer Dragoon games or like Star Fox kind of, but it has a distinct rhythm thing going on. This was like the first game of its kind, basically. And since then, there have been a lot of other games that sort of do a rhythm kind of thing and graphically try to emulate something sort of like this. But this was very revolutionary back in the day. You can get this remade in HD. They have like remade versions of this for modern consoles and computer and stuff like that. All right, so I'm going to switch out the controller with the mouse. All right. Okay. There we go. It's a little tricky, but it is working fine now. There we go. You can pause it with the button on the side of the mouse, and the wheel does scroll up and down here, so you're able to change things if you need to here. Okay, so back to it. I'm going to turn the volume up just a little bit for this game. Very addictive game. Yeah, so if you never played Rez, definitely check this game out. It is a ton of fun and it's a beautiful game. Really cool concept. And like I said, you can play modern versions of this for modern consoles. All right. Yeah, you can do it with the mouse, you can do it with the controller, whatever you want to do. Pretty cool. Let's check out something else. Okay, next up is a game I have almost no experience with whatsoever. In fact, this is the first time I'm playing this. I just set up my controls, and this will be like the first full match that I've ever really played. So we're just going to do practice. This is Unreal Tournament, and this is the Dreamcast version of that. It's a game that was super, super popular and was released on a lot of different things. PC, obviously, different consoles. I know that a lot of people have really enjoyed this game over the years. My brother and I played the first 2 Unreal games on PC and really enjoyed those, but I kind of wasn't really into Unreal when it went into this arena shooter thing, because I was into Quake. I was into Quake 3. So I don't have very much experience with this game at all. Basically no experience with this game. So yeah, we're gonna have a little fun here. We're gonna try it. Only thing I've done so far is just basically load it up, set my controls, test it to make sure it works, and play a little bit of this Babylon level, which is very simplistic. So we're gonna try out a different level. I don't know which one is good and which one is not. We'll find out together. So let's try this Brickyard level, and I'll just there's different characters you got here. Yeah, I don't know. We'll go with Vaughn. We'll do Vaughn. Okay, 3 bots. Might be too many bots. I don't know, because things are kind of chaotic, but we'll just stick with that and leave everything else the same, and we'll just jump in. Okay, so let's see how this works with the keyboard and mouse. By the way, you can fully customize the controls for both the keyboard and the mouse. The mouse, I'd say fully. You are a little bit limited with the mouse controls, but there's a lot of options. And you do have the ability to do invert on the up and down. So if that's a big deal for you, you have that capability. Alright, so let's see how it goes here. Frame rate seems to be pretty solid. Obviously it seems to be kind of an unlocked frame rate. It's kind of fluctuating a little bit, but not bad. Not bad so far anyway. Oof. All right. I'm going to raise the volume a little bit because I know I'm not going to be talking while I'm playing this. So yeah, here comes the volume, and say goodbye to my voice for a little bit.
You be dead. Sucker. Anyone else want some? You be dead. Sucker. Oh yeah. Burn, baby. I'm on fire.
Oh, crap.
Useless.
All right. Okay, just a quick little look at Unreal Tournament running on the Dreamcast. Yeah, someday I'll need to revisit these and do some more in-depth gameplay on some of this stuff. If you're interested in that, let me know. But yeah, let's check out something else. Pretty cool game. By the way, it controls really well. I really felt like the controls were really solid for that. Probably even more so than with Quake. With Quake 3 anyway. Speaking of Quake. Okay, so we did play a little bit of Quake 3 on a previous video, which is a full retail release. Quake 2 is also on the Dreamcast. However, it's not a retail release, and it's not even completed. This was put out, I think, sort of like a proof of concept. It's a port of the PC version of Quake 2. This is not well, it's not even a port, really. It's the PC version running on the Dreamcast. Yeah. So you have all the PC stuff is there that you would normally have. They've just sort of disabled some things to where you can't really mess with them too much, which unfortunately limits us to software mode. We can't render this in OpenGL or anything, and we can't change the resolution. There are some things we can adjust, which, you know, you can adjust to taste, as they say, but not a whole lot. The keyboard and the mouse are fully functional and fully customizable, though, so we are able to play this game with the keyboard and mouse. One thing I will also say is, unfortunately, there is no sound. Sound was never implemented in this. This was actually put out about 20 years ago and has never been updated beyond where it's at right here. So unfortunately, I doubt that Quake 2 will ever be fully realized on the Dreamcast. But it is pretty cool that there is even a version of it that you can play. And yes, the load times are extremely long. It's loading right now, and there's no loading screen, but I can hear my Dreamcast CD just going to work. The loudest CD drive ever. But yeah, let's check out some Quake 2 running on Dreamcast. Okay, finally loaded. So here we go. So, yeah. Frame rate is not very consistent. There are some artifacts and things on the screen. You'll notice screen tearing a little bit. Mouse is a little bit it's not as sensitive as it should be. I'll just say that. It should be a lot more sensitive to this, considering I have set the mouse sensitivity all the way up. But it definitely does not feel like it's that sensitive. So this is not really how I would recommend you try to play Quake 2. There are definitely better ways to play Quake 2. There's actually a port of Quake 2 for the PlayStation and for the Nintendo 64. And I don't have access to the PlayStation version that I can run on original hardware anyway. But we could check out the Nintendo 64 version of Quake 2 in the near future. I was talking to a friend of mine, Luke, who's got a really great channel called Dorkside, and he and I were talking about Quake, and I was talking to him about the possibility of playing Quake and Quake 2 on the Nintendo 64. So it'd be interesting to see if he does that, and maybe after he picks those up and has does some gameplay and stuff online, maybe I'll visit those myself. But anyway, so this is what Quake 2 runs like on the Dreamcast. It is the PC version, so it just doesn't have all the support that you would want from the PC version. Ironically, I own Quake 2 on PC. I bought it on Steam not too long ago, maybe last year. And it doesn't want to run. I don't know what the deal is, but I can't get it to run in the modern Windows. So I don't know if Quake 2 just doesn't support Windows 10 or Windows 11, or if I need to do some kind of patch or something to get it to work. Because if I could do that, it'd be pretty cool to play some of these games on PC, because obviously they're gonna look the best and play the best that way. This is more just like a novelty, something interesting to look at, and pretty fascinating as far as what was possible on the Dreamcast. The graphics look kind of weird. Let me see if I can adjust some of the video here, make this look a little better. I don't know if that'll help or make it look worse, but let's see. Might be a little too dark now. I don't know. Hard to tell. Seems like it's pretty good like this. I think it looks a lot better with the brightness turned down a little bit there. Oh boy, I wonder how long the loading will last on this one. It does suck there's no music and no sound. It's still pretty cool. Well, it's going to take a while to load. I think that's enough. You know what's funny is there's also a port of the PC version of the first Quake for the Dreamcast, and the results for that are a hell of a lot better. Okay, so here we go. Let's check this out. And this again is the PC version of Quake, just adapted to where it'll work on the Dreamcast. You can find an ISO of this fairly easily, so if you're interested in playing it, you can try it out for yourself. And I think there's been some other variant, like hacks of Quake running for the Dreamcast that maybe work a little better, have some extra features that this version doesn't have. But I don't know. This one seems pretty good to me. I don't really have too many complaints or criticisms about this version of Quake. I think this is a great way to play Quake, actually. Let's check out the setup for this game and see what we can adjust here. Okay, so options. Customize our controls. Of course, we have full capability of customizing controls to whatever we want it to be. So I'll get all that set up. All right, got everything set. My keys, mouse speed, inverted, everything that I want. So not really any other options, no video options or anything like that. So let's check it out. Quake running on the Dreamcast. All right. All right, we got keyboard working. Make sure my mouse is working correctly. Let's see. Okay. I'm having some issues with the mouse working. Okay, I didn't realize this for some reason. All the years that I've had this version of Quake for the Dreamcast, and I never realized this version does not support the mouse. So, yeah, apparently this is an earlier version of Quake that was ported over, and it just doesn't have mouse support. Because I guess when they were doing this port, the Dreamcast mouse wasn't out yet. That's what I understand. So anyway, there's another version of Quake called New Quake that's on the Dreamcast. We're going to check that one out now and see if it works with mouse and keyboard. This does work with the keyboard, just not the mouse. So if you wanted to play like with keyboard and a controller using that thumbstick as a mouse, you could still play this version and sort of emulate that experience. Or you can just play with a controller. But anyway, let's check out the other version, see how it runs, see how it looks, and see what support is like using the mouse and keyboard for Quake on the Dreamcast. It's called New Quake. NU Quake. Okay, so this is New Quake. This is the newer version. This is last updated in 2020, so it's quite a bit newer release. And this is a port of GL Quake over to the Dreamcast. So I have just turned it on and loaded it for the first time. So we're experiencing this together. Let's check it out. Keyboard works. Okay. See if we can customize our controls. Okay. Might have hung up there. Let me play around with this just a little bit. Okay, just had to do a quick reset. Apparently, if you try to adjust the screen size, it will lock this game up, so don't do that. But as you can see, mouse is fully working. We have full mouse support. Keyboard works fine. Everything seems to be good with the controls. Frame rate is pretty decent, I would say. It's hovering, in close to 30 frames per second here. So that's good. A little bit higher frame rate right here. Obviously, I think the frame rate's going to fluctuate quite a bit depending on what's going on and how many things are happening on the screen and this sort of thing. Sound works. Not sure if the music is going to work. Yeah, I don't think the music is working in this version. I'm not hearing any music at all. Let me check the settings again. Yeah, it should be working, but I don't think the music is working for this version. It's nice 60 frames right here. Again, I don't know that this is necessarily the way you're going to want to play Quake, but if you're curious about it, you want to see what Quake looks like running on the Dreamcast, you could have quite a bit of fun with this. And you can download this off the internet for free. I believe it only comes with the demo version of Quake. It's not the full retail release, but I'm sure you can look up how to achieve that situation if that's what you're interested in. But it is the PC version of Quake running on the Dreamcast. They have a re-release version of Quake that's on all the modern consoles. I actually have it on my Switch, my Nintendo Switch, and I'll tell you what, Quake runs beautifully on the Nintendo Switch. So if you're interested in playing it on there, you have that available to you as an option. But as you can see, it seems to run pretty good. There it is. I have yet to play a version of Quake that I don't enjoy. I think it's fun. Even the less comprehensive versions like the Nintendo 64 release, I think are still really fun. So you definitely have a lot of fun you can have playing this on the Dreamcast if you're so inclined. I don't know if I can do this. A little tricky. Well, there it is. Quake running on the Dreamcast. Pretty awesome. Let's check out something else. Okay, so this is Soldier of Fortune for the Dreamcast. We're going to check this out, see how it runs, see how it plays. Keyboard is working. The video settings, kind of standard stuff there. Control settings, mouse, setup. Okay, that works. Mouse speed, put that all the way up. Yep. Control settings, invert look. Yeah, we want that inverted. Keyboard. And we can customize this, so that's good. Okay. That works. All right, let's try it out. Put on easy mode. This is a classic PC game. I used to have this on PC a long time ago. I don't know what happened to my disc of it. I cannot remember at all. But I remember having some fun playing this. It's sort of a classic shoot 'em up kind of game from back in the day. I've never played it on Dreamcast, so this will be a first for me. This is the first time I've ever booted this game up. Loading is taking a little while, but Dreamcast is chugging right along. I'm going to let this go to see how long the loading time actually is here. Sorry if it's annoying. All right, here we go. Frame rate seems pretty good. Level of detail seems pretty good. Graphics look nice.
This isn't a military operation. I can't let you boys go down there.
I'm gonna turn the volume up just a little bit for the game.
Doesn't sound like you have a choice, Captain.
All right, you win. We don't know what these scumbags are up to down there, but we do know their leader's name.
Saber! Saber, the plan's failed! Take hostages. Whatever it takes, I want those explosives detonated.
Kill Saber, you've killed the gang.
Understood.
John, take this entrance. I'll meet you at Station 6C.
Good luck, Hawk.
Some old school looking graphics right there. Now we gotta load again. How long is this gonna take? Oh, wow. Okay, it's moving now. I was like, God dang, is it moving at all? People talk a lot of crap about like the Neo Geo CD for how long its load times are supposed to be. I've never owned one of those consoles, but I've seen the load times. I mean, they're not great, but I mean, this right here is not great either. Dreamcast, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1. Some of the load times on these games were pretty ridiculous. Almost there. This is the slowest reloading of a magazine that I've ever seen done in my life. If you took this long to reload your bullets in the field, you would be dead. I'm just saying. Plus, it loads the wrong way anyway. It's a weird animation. Okay, here we go. All right. Well, blew his head off. Oh, crap. Well, it feels nice. Mouse is not quite as sensitive as I would prefer, but it's pretty good. Graphics are nice. Boom shakalaka. Oh crap. This is excessive violence. Oh my god. I don't remember this. I haven't played this game in maybe 20 years, so holy crap. This could be a lot of fun. It might be worth the load times.
Help me! Shut up!
Sorry, dude. Shot the wrong guy. Wow. This is a violent game. This is not a game you would have seen on the N64, I don't think. I just don't remember it being like this. I must have been really desensitized back then when I was playing it. I don't know. I think that's where I came from. Yeah, this is where I came from. Wow. Wow. Two kills, one shot. One shot, 2 kills. You ever seen that movie Sniper? Yeah. Sheesh. Oh wow, you can use a knife on them. Locked. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Didn't mean to do that. Not sure where I'm supposed to go here. Can't go that. That's where I started at. This is the very beginning over here. If I can get in there somehow. There we go. Now we're talking. Who's shooting at me? Oh, this guy?
John, you read?
Go ahead.
NYPD has a large group surrounded near Station 6C. Heads up.
Roger.
I guess I didn't set anything for my action key. Oh, there we go. All right. Well, I gotta recommend Soldier of Fortune on a Dreamcast. It's actually pretty fun and crazy violent. As long as you can put up with the extremely long load times and the weird backwards animation of loading your magazine. That's weird. I still don't understand why the bullets are being done that way, but okay, whatever. Let's check out one more game. I got one last game we're going to look at. There are other games on the Dreamcast that support mouse and keyboard, but there's only one more I really want to look at. We'll do that right now. Okay, this is a really cool game that a lot of people have really loved, and for some reason I never have played this either. It's another game that I just missed out on. But as you can see, the pedigree behind the development of this game is extremely high.
Outtrigger.
So yeah, if you never heard of Outtrigger, get ready to check this out, because it does support mouse and keyboard. And this is going to be a game that will look like, I'm going to say kind of familiar, because there's a lot of games that sort of have picked up this style over the years. All right, so let's get this all set up. Let's see here. How do I set my keys and everything? Okay, I'm not sure if we can set all the different keys and stuff. All right. There we go. Device setup. Activity. There we go. All right, give me a second. I gotta figure this out. Okay, well, kind of limited on customization for the controls, but I think I got it as good as I can. So let's try it out. Okay, mouse is backwards on me. Yeah. Mouse and keyboard do work. It's just you're kind of limited on your customization. I can't make my mouse reverse up and down, and I can't do the keys exactly how I would prefer. But it works if you can get used to the keys and the mouse. Then it works, and the frame rate is very, very good. This is a extremely high frame rate. Take down 12 terrorists. Let's see if I can do it. Ugh, cannot get used to the mouse.
Good job. Result.
So, just because a game has mouse and keyboard support, that doesn't mean that's necessarily how you're going to want to play. If you can't customize it exactly how you want, it might just be more, it might be easier to just use a Dreamcast controller instead.
3, 2, 1. Start!
Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know if I can get used to this with mouse and keyboard. Ugh. Keep wanting to go up instead of down with my mouse. Ugh.
Good job. Result.
Ugh. It looks cool. It plays a little rough with the mouse and keyboard because, like I said, I like my buttons and my mouse set up a little bit differently than that. But the frame rate is excellent. Seems like a really well put together game. I'm gonna see if I can do this with a Dreamcast controller. See if that goes any better for me. So let me finish this out. I don't think it's gonna let me change it during the game. Some of these games let you adjust the settings inside the game itself. This one does not. So we'll finish this out and then I'll switch out my controls for the regular controller.
Good job.
I like the music. It's nice. All right. I'm going to switch out for the regular controller now. See how I do with that. Okay, so unfortunately the controls only give you options. There's like several options, but they don't let you customize it how you want. So yeah, I don't know that there's really a good solution to that. So you might prefer using the mouse and keyboard or the controller, or I don't know. It's up to you to try to figure out, I guess. I'm gonna try this setup here and see how it works for me. We'll see how it goes. Using a regular controller for this. Yeah, I don't know why they won't let you reverse up and down for the mouse or the controller. I guess you can get used to it. Everybody gets used to everything. Yeah, it's a cool looking game. I just don't know if the controls make sense. I don't really like the way they have the control set up for it. Anyway, the point of this video is to look at some keyboard and mouse games for the Dreamcast. So there are some other ones, like I said. This is not the full list of all of the mouse and keyboard games for this console. So there are some others too, if you're interested in taking a look at those. I'm gonna put the... But yeah, these are just a few, and I'll have more videos coming, Dreamcast stuff, different consoles. There's so many awesome consoles and unique ways to play. And I don't know if there's a lot of first-person shooters on more modern consoles, and I don't know if they will allow for mouse and keyboard support if you plug in like a USB keyboard and mouse. But it would be interesting to test that. So I'll have to look into that and see if there are any modern consoles that support that sort of thing, in case you're interested. Of course, you could always just play on the PC itself if you're interested in doing that too. But yeah, something worth looking into. Anyway, let me know what you think. Leave comments if you're interested. I will have more videos soon, and I will talk to you later. Thanks. Bye-bye.